The Book of the Ages, the Age of the Bull, Taurus. In the turning of the heavens, the bull rose in the east, strong and mighty. His horns were crowned with stars, and the peoples of the earth gave him honor. They carved his image in gold and stone, and they sang to him at seedtime and harvest, saying, "The bull is our father, the giver of grain, the strength of the herds." Kings crowned him, and priests clothed him in silk. His image was lifted upon walls, and his festivals were kept with drums and dancing. The nations bowed to the bull, for his power seemed eternal. But the Lord of heaven spoke, "Do you worship the creature more than the Creator? I set the bull in his place. I turn the wheel of the stars. His time is but a shadow, and his glory shall fade." Then a prophet arose among the people, carrying the fire of the word. He shattered the calf of gold, grinding it to dust, and cast it into the waters. And he cried, "No longer shall you bow to beasts, for the Lord is God alone." The people trembled, yet the prophet lifted his staff and declared, "Fear not, for a new sign rises. The ram approaches, and his horn shall sound in the wilderness." And the heavens confirmed it, for the bull lowered his head, and his stars dimmed in the east. The season of Taurus was ended, and the age of the bull was no more, the age of the ram, Aries. After the bull had fallen, the ram lifted his head in the east, and the stars crowned him with fire. His horns shone as trumpets, and his fleece was white as the snows of the mountain. The Lord set him in the heavens as shepherd and guide, to lead the flock of nations. The tribes wandered in the wilderness, hungry and faint, but the ram went before them, and his horn sounded as a call to gather. The lamb was slain, and its blood marked the doors of the faithful. Death passed over them, and the people were delivered. Abraham bound his son upon the altar, but the Lord stayed his hand, saying, "Spare the child, for the sacrifice is found." And behold, a ram was caught in the thicket by its horns. The covenant was sealed in blood. Shepherds rose as kings, their staffs became scepters. And the Lord said, "I am the shepherd, and you are my flock. Walk in my ways, and you shall not be scattered." The law was given in fire upon the mountain, and the ram's horn sounded long and loud. Thus the age of the ram was the age of covenant and of law, of altar and of offering. Yet the prophets cried, "This age shall not endure forever. The horn shall fall silent, the fish shall leap, and a new net shall be cast." And so the ram kept watch until his time was ended. His horn grew faint, his fleece dimmed, and the two fish swam forth in the heavens, the age of the fish, Pisces. When the ram was silent, two fish swam in the heavens, bound by a hidden cord. The Spirit moved upon the waters, and out of Jordan came the teacher, anointed with breath and flame. He called to the fishermen, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." They cast down their nets of flesh and raised nets of spirit, gathering souls as the sea gathers drops of rain. He blessed the loaves and the fishes, and multitudes were fed. He walked upon the waters, and even the storm obeyed him. The rulers trembled at his voice, saying, "This man stirs the waters and threatens the order of nations." They sought to silence him, but he spoke in parables, veiling mysteries as pearls hidden in the deep. The faithful carved the sign of the fish upon stones of hiding, whispering his name in secret. The teacher was lifted upon wood, and the waters were stained with blood. Yet on the third day he rose as dawn, breaking forth like light over the sea. His disciples cast their nets across the nations, and faith spread like the tide of Pisces. The prophets declared, "The waters of Pisces shall run their course. Faith shall spread as rivers, yet strife shall come among the nations. When the cords of Pisces are loosed, the water-bearer shall appear." The age of the water-bearer Aquarius. I looked, and behold, a man came from the east, carrying a vessel upon his shoulder. His face was as the sun, his eyes as rivers of living water. He lifted the jar, and he poured it out upon the earth. Streams broke forth in the wilderness, deserts blossomed as gardens, and the thirsty drank and were filled. The proud and the mighty were brought low, their towers crumbled as clay before the flood. But the meek lifted up their voices, for the river carried them as wings. A voice from the heavens said, "This is the age of the water-bearer, the season of outpouring. No longer shall wisdom be sealed in scrolls nor hidden in temples. I pour it upon all flesh, and none shall thirst." I saw nations without boundary, tribes without division, peoples joined as one river. The old law was consumed as a scroll in fire, and a new law was written upon every heart. Kings trembled, merchants wept, but the children laughed, for the world was renewed. The heavens opened, and the wheel of the stars turned. The bull lay broken, the ram grew silent, the fish sank into the deep, and the water-bearer poured his vessel without end. The Eternal spoke, "I am the Alpha and the Omega, the circle without beginning and without end. The great year is my breath, and the ages are my steps. What was hidden is revealed, what was divided is made whole, what was scattered is gathered into one." I saw a city with no temple, for the Lord was its light, and the river of life flowed through its midst. The leaves of its trees healed the nations, and the waters sang songs of peace. And the Spirit whispered, "Behold, I make all things new. Drink, all you who thirst. Receive, all you who hunger. For the jar is never empty, and the well is without end." The vision closed, yet the river continued, and the wheel turned still. From bull to ram, from fish to water, the story is one. Blessed are they who read the heavens and understand, for they shall walk in the river of light.